one reason only. We are parents in the United States of America in 2021. Oh God, wait, I'm sorry. I wanted to show you first, I have my vaccine passport with me. There it is. I'm actually an immigrant, a legal immigrant to the United States of America, so I took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of this great country. And this is how we're going to do it. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, Rocky, and thank you to all the parents. And I know you kids are like, yeah, thanks for keeping us out of school. Yeah. But there's method to our madness. I'll just start by saying something that may sound a little familiar. Nod your head if you heard this before. It's just a mask. It's just 2 weeks. It's just until cases go down. It's just until we have a vaccine. It's just an app. It's just to let others know that you're safe to be around. It's just to protect the vulnerable. It's just, but now it's just our kids. And I'm sorry, but the last time I checked, until my kids are 18, and I have 4 of them, I'm financially, morally, and emotionally responsible for everything they do. Everything, whether I agree with it or not. I'm also the person who has to help navigate those medical decisions. And by the way, this isn't about parents' ownership of children, because if you have kids, especially if you have more than one, you know that you're just a temporary vessel. Like, you're just here to sort of on a loan situation with like a lease to own from God, and really they'll come their way, and they have their own personalities, and they're doing their own things, and they have their own minds, and they will make their own decisions. However, I want you to remember that we are here to shepherd them. Just like if my mother were in the hospital, or my husband, or anyone I love and I'm the next of kin for, I should get to be there and be an advocate for. We're asking for no more or no less than any other American would get. Before we go any further, I do want to say, welcome to our peaceful protest. I know that people get a little wiggy when you're talking about freedom. So, hello, BLM. We are, I'm here on behalf of Kyrie Irving, Jonathan Isaacs, me, and all the other brave NBA players. Okay, I'm not an NBA player. I'm a team mom, though. How many of you have been team moms? And we are here because I don't know if you saw NBA player Andrew Wiggins, who was coerced to get the vaccine by his teammates and team ownership. If that doesn't curl your hair talking about systemic long-term racism, his owners are making him get a shot he didn't want. A man who's 100% healthy, and I'm pretty sure way healthier than any of our public health directors that I've seen marching around. My mom's heart broke for that man. He's the age of my son, or younger. I'm old. God, I'm old. And he stood there and was near tears saying, I'm sorry, I can't stand up. Somebody else has to do it. Somebody else has to be brave enough to do it. Well, guess who's brave enough, America? The parents of the United States of America, the parents here in Simi. Now, this is not about black or white or brown. This is not about red or blue. This is not Republican or green or independent or libertarian. This is not even about vaccinate or don't vaccinate. I actually don't care what you do with your body or not to. Pap smear, no pap smear, when you had your last, colonoscopy, hey, none of it is my business. But guess what? This is about parents' rights and freedom of choice. And yes, Gavin Newsom, it is about you. It is about you and your kids. He has 4 beautiful, amazing kids. 2 of them, by the way, have had COVID and recovered, so they're immune. They have what science used to call natural immunity. It's a wacky concept by which when you have measles or chickenpox or any other communicable disease, you don't actually need the vaccine for it because, ta-da, antibodies. So I just want what Gavin Newsom's kids have for my own kids. I want the freedom of choice. We all know the mommy wars, right? Who does not know about the mommy wars? Who knows? natural birth versus cesarean section, gonna cry it out, attachment parenting, breast versus bottle, right? Everybody got all worked up about it. Here's what we know as parents. The way to be a great parent is to start with the kind of human being you want to be around for the next 60 years, and who will be taking care of your decisions for nursing homes, and reverse engineer that. Right? So you want someone who's got critical thinking skills. Yeah. You want someone who questions authority. Yeah. You want someone who's not a follower. Yes. You want someone who is kind and decent and loving and doesn't abandon or shun family members based on their vaccine status for something they may already have had and that they don't currently have, and they're not in danger of giving to you because they're not sick and you're vaccinated. How about that? Do we know? Okay, so who knows? The women know. You know when you go shopping and they give you something that's one size fits all? What does that mean? It means it's not going to fit 90% of you. Well, that's what a mandate is. It eliminates critical thinking, which is the thing every kid should come out of school knowing. Heck, in California, I'd be really excited if they knew how to do math at the 3rd grade level and read at the 4th grade level, but who am I? I'm just an optimist. I'm just an idealist who wishes those things that don't come true in California. But the truth is that we are standing up for others who can't. By the way, there are plenty teachers who just want to teach. They love our kids. They love their subjects, even math. They do. Some of those people love history and science, and who am I to judge? I'm just a stupid actress. But the truth is that they're not getting to teach, are they? God, I hate that thing.
I'll hold this.
Our teachers aren't getting to teach. They're not getting to do the things they love and see the students they love because of one-size-fits-all mandates. And so that's why we're home from school today, for all the people who can't be, for the people who are too scared, or, well, truancy issue, or the people who both parents work and there's just nowhere else for them to go. Your parents, I need to speak to the kids for 1 second. Yes, the kids whose eyes are rolling back in their heads, or the kids who are like, why am I here, and it's so hot, and who's that lady, and why is the mic not working, and the sun's in my eyes. Your parents are warriors. They are warriors for you. Because we will never let anyone come between you and the rest of your life. And that's what this is about. There's a guy back there with a shirt that says lions, not sheep. I don't want kids to be sheep. Now, this leads to problems as a parent. You teach your kids to question authority, and damned if they don't start questioning you. It kind of sucks. It would be better if you guys were just all docile, compliant sheep. Okay, not better. How horrible would that be? That would be horrible. So your parents, you think are geeky and weird and like way too into the red, white, and blue, but 40 years from now, you'll remember who stood into the breach for you. Yes. It's those geeky parents. My job is to live long enough to be an embarrassment to my grandchildren as well. I aim to do it. Just remember, I know that you guys are going to be going to the school board later. Mark Changizi, who's a doctor, who talks about, by the way, the masks are nothing. It's not nothing to do this. That's right. Do I look like a person without a face? That's not nothing. It's not no harm at all. We've seen kids get depressed, commit suicide, have suicidal ideation, just sink into the abyss for what the experts did over the last year. Here's the deal. COVID is real. It's a disease. There's a vaccine for the vulnerable, and we know who the vulnerable are. They are not running up and down the court at NBA games. They are not in school. They are not our military. They are not our nurses. nurses and doctors who are healthy enough to work 12-hour shifts on their feet. Let's take care of the vulnerable and let parents parent. I'll leave you with this. Mark Chantisi said, rather than parents having to become science experts and show up to board meetings and argue against closures and mandatory masks and vaccines, board members should have to show up to meetings and defend why closures, masks, and vaccines are needed, effective, and without harm. My body, my choice. Yes. My child, my choice. Yes. And let me remind you of this oldie but goodie. If you can't trust me with a choice, how can you trust me with a child? Thank you very much. Yes.